Hello. So this is the astrology readings for all signs for the 4th through to the 10th of September 2023. So I'm really excited. I was going to do this on Zoom because this is a recorded one rather than the live. I was going to do this on Zoom, and then I remembered that StreamYard had added in a pause button. So that's all good. So very excited about that. So I'm going to try it out throughout this recording. So yeah, this one, just to remind you, this one is recorded. I may go back and do some that are live, but just on occasions they're going to be recorded. So yeah, we usually, when we're on a live, I usually ask for people to let me know their sun, moon and rising. And obviously today we haven't got that. So the last time I did a recorded one, I did it in 4 videos. But the time before that, when we were live, I did, what was that recorded? I can't remember. So anyway, yeah, I started with the cups. So that's the water signs in astrology. So let me just work this out. So we're going to go with earth, then first, and then we're going to go with fire, air, and then water today. Okay, so the sequence is going to be, it's going to be Taurus, then Virgo, and then Capricorn, then Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, then Aquarius, Gemini, then Libra, and we'll finish off with Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Okay, so that's the sequence that we're going to be doing. Okay, so I hope everybody's well. I'm sending lots and lots of love and healing energy and transparency over to the Maui fires, the devastation that brought. So we need the truth is what we need. And I believe that all of that is coming out, but we need justice for those people too. So yeah, my heart goes out. Okay, so I'm going to be using my usual cosmic deck. Okay, cosmic deck by Norbert Loesch, L-O-S-C-H-E, Loesch. Okay, and I may slip in some other cards as well, okay, as we go along. All right, so let's start with Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, let's see what's going to be happening for you this week. I say this on all the videos that I do, that if you're watching this, there is usually a reason why you're watching this, even if it's not your sign. This will mean that there's a message in there for you. Okay, the message, they come deliberately through my guides, and they add in these messages. Okay, so I'm just going to concentrate now on Taurus energy for the 4th to the 10th of September 2023. There we go. Okay, so we've got a few obstacles that are going to be coming up, and I feel this is to do with your ambitions, to do with things that you want to go right. You know, I want this to go right and I want this to happen, but there's a last minute complication, and I feel that you know, it's not that you're not doing the preparation right, you know, you are, but there is something that may have, you know, may have gone wrong. It may have been kind of timing issues, things like that. But I will say that will soon smooth out and be fine, okay, afterwards. Okay. There's also, I'm seeing Sometimes we feel as if, which way do we go from here? Where do we get out of our situation? Is there any way we can get free? And this can be from, having to do things you don't want to do, having to experience things you don't want to experience, all of these things. So it's like, how do I get out? How do I get free of them? And I can see there being more and more opportunities that the universe is going to supply to you. And that means, are you going to take this opportunity, or are you going to maybe shy away from it? And I know that, that sounds simplistic, but sometimes the universe sets it up, okay, so that we can take control, okay. Seeing travel plans as well coming up for you, organization of travel. This can, be pointing towards cars, vehicles, yeah, it can be public transport, I suppose, but it feels as if it's like last minute hiccups and got to get this sorted out, okay. So that won't last long. It's just temporary ones, just temporary. Okay, so by the middle of the week, you're seeing where you're going now. Okay, so things feel so much clearer. You're so much more determined. You are focused on the end goal. Okay, I can see for some people there is keys to a property or keys to a building that I'm actually seeing, and it's like being given a date to move, or being given a date for when you're going to be handed the keys. Okay, so it feels as if it's organization of that. I'm seeing links with overseas, okay, around you as well. Now, this overseas can be connected to, somebody that you know overseas. It can be a business that is venturing out to be kind of more international, or internationally known. There is somebody who is needing a little bit more attention in your life because they are feeling as if they are not being appreciated or not being respected. Now, for that, it can be that they might not be. In order for somebody to be respected, you have to be respectable. You have to be, treating other people right in order for that to respect to come. And so I do feel as if there's a little bit out of sync here. Okay, it's out of sync a little bit. And I feel lessons are being learnt. Well, you're being rejected, but you've been doing that to other people. And so the universe is showing you kind of another way. Okay, they're showing you what that feels like, why that is the case. So yeah, it's not a deliberate kind of you're being punished, but it is like that. Now, that's not going to apply to everybody. This could be linking to you're watching this, you're watching these kind of I feel lessons being learnt. You're watching them unfold, okay, and that's around you. Holidays, talk about holidays. It feels as if I can't find the date, or I don't know when the best time is, and that is leading to delays and things. Okay, so now I'm seeing a decision over jobs. Okay, so there seems to be a bit of a crossroads time. Now this is leading then to, it's like withdrawing away from jobs, work, maybe because you don't want to, you don't want to be part of this kind of job or workforce. And then all of a sudden I'm seeing, well, maybe I'm going to go down that line. of work, or maybe I'm going to be self-employed, or maybe I'm going to work on my hobbies, or I'm going to retrain because I want something else. So yeah, I feel as if, you know, the universe will be offering you a challenge. The challenge will be, well, you've asked for it. You know, the universe has said, well, you know, you've made it clear that you're not happy, or, you know, that you're not satisfied 100% where you are. So the universe is saying, okay, well, here you go. Here is another opportunity, and you're definitely going to be up for it. You're going to be taking that on board, and yeah, so a lot of kind of lots of changes, okay, around you. I'm seeing Taurus, but you know, reorganization, you know, sometimes can feel awkward, but at the end of the day, we can't have it smoothly all the time. Okay, so that's what I see for Taurus. Okay, so Virgo. Okay, Virgos, let's see what's going on for you. Okay, so having a bit of a spend up, I feel as though it's one of those light-hearted feelings rather than it's, you know, bills and things like that. It feels as if it's like, oh, I'm just going to treat myself, or, you know, I'm going to save up for that. It's something that I want, and so I'm going to put some money by. Okay, I feel flamboyant and bubbly and happy. That can be how you're feeling. It can be linked to somebody who's closely around you at this particular time. But I'm seeing feeling very useful in other people's lives. Lots of people kind of needing you, but in a nice way, in a complimentary way. You do like to be needed. There seems to be an opportunity, and I feel that this is linked with either DIY repair work to do with home or business, because it's like I've got to get old clothes on, or, you know, perhaps you're the one that is asking for someone else to come in and help you, and I'm seeing them with their old clothes on, and, you know, it feels as if it's like a job that's got to be done. This is going to make me happy. This is going to be the best thing. Okay, so I do feel as if it's, you know, getting organized. Okay, there's a bit of flirtatious energy around as well. So this could be that you end up in a banter situation, like, you know, laughter, banter, okay, with other people closely around you at this time. Okay, so this would be this week. All right. So holding on to information that you don't really want to tell other people about, there's a lot of, it's like a holding back. It's like, I'll wait and see. I don't really want to tell you yet. You know, let's find out perhaps next week. So yeah, there's it's like the anticipation. I'm also linking this maybe to, no, I am linking this to education, learning, study, researching, okay, and really analyzing. They're showing me analyzing things, keeping it to yourself though. Secrecy, they keep saying secrecy, being secretive. This can be revealing secrets, revealing secretive people, or a secretive kind of plan. Doesn't have to be you, can be around you. But studying, okay, they're talking about re-education as well. So don't be surprised if you're not thinking of, you know, starting up a new study course, you know, because I'm excited about this new way of learning. Okay, so this isn't your usual the way that you would normally study. Okay, so by the end of the week, you will be revealing somebody who has had very bad intentions, and this person could have disrupted things, but you found out about them before they could disrupt, and you're feeling very self-assured, very much, calmer, okay, with everything. You're kind of around a tearful person or an emotional character, and I'm sensing this character really needed your help and your guidance, and you offered it, and you were there for them. You actually stopped this bad person or bad, potentially bad situation that they were going to be in, but you actually cleared this out, and so the universe is very thankful to you for noticing the signs. Okay, so there you go. That's what is going on with Virgos. Interesting. Yeah. So Capricorns. Okay. So Capricorns, there is a plan that is brewing, Capricorns, and I feel that this is linking to some sort of ambition or a planned project. Okay, it's like you've got the stepping stones in place. I've got to do this, and then I've got to do that, and then after that I'm then going to do this. So it's like the plan ahead. Okay, but you've started it. Things are unfolding. It is going to take up some time. It's going to take up some time, or it's going to take up some energy. Okay, that energy could be money, it could be time, it could be, mindfulness. But there's a good start to it. Now, this is going to be disruptive to your everyday life, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Sometimes this disruption is what it is. It's like we've all got things that we think, right, I'm going to be able to commit to this, but I can't commit to it long term. I can commit to it every so and so, but I can't do it all the time. So it feels as if you're having this conversation either with yourself, your inner child, trying to reassure your inner child, I know we're going to be busy, I know it's going to be hard to fit in, and it's going to be disruptive, but look at the results of how it's going to be. Okay, so yeah, there's also somebody who is not really being very helpful and very, it's like you expected them to be more supportive, but they're not, I think, is the wording they want to tell me. Okay, so the middle of the week, this, like I said, this person is going to surprise you. You would have expected more from them, more support, more understanding. When somebody is, usually they're the ones that are asking everyone else to be understanding, and this has now come to your attention that now you're asking for this to for them to be understanding. They're not so happy with that. So there's a little bit of hypocrisy, I feel, going on here, which you're not impressed about. You are standing up for yourself, though. You're standing your ground. You are not backing down. You've made your decision. You've made your commitment. And I feel as if this person just has to live with it. That's what they're saying. Just have to live with that. It can be that you end up carrying on, but you're not so vocal about it. You might not tell this person, and it might become then a secret, which then causes other problems and other disruptions. And this is the trouble with people. It's a trouble. Obviously, I've been reading tarot cards for 30 years, and over that time, you're seeing certain behaviors and psychology and things, and usually the person who is jealous, a jealous type of person, they end up becoming more and more jealous because their reaction is so bad to when somebody is telling them the truth. that their behavior stops other people from telling them the truth. And so it's a vicious circle. So if you want someone to be open and honest with you, then you have to look at your reactions. You have to look at, am I playing this fair? They're trying to be truthful with me, and then I'm just reacting in a negative way. And, I can understand why they don't want to tell me anything. Okay, so there is this is kind of a lesson that is going on. But like I said, it doesn't have to be you directly in these matters. Sometimes this is you, and this is around you. You're watching it unfold. There's some brilliant news coming to you, and I feel this is to do with either a child or a person who's acting like a teenager. And I'm feeling their excitement. I'm hearing them kind of, their words are getting muddled because they're so excited and they want to tell you. And it's like, guess what? This has happened. And guess what? I'm seeing a rerouting, okay, being able to move, or an opportunity to move. So young people talking about this is their wish, or they've got things better than they thought in the first place. This is turning out to be better than my dreams, okay, better than my wishes. And so, but it may mean moving or changing locations, linking to that, okay. So yeah, there you go. That's what I see for our lovely Capricorns. Okay, so this is Leo's. Leo. Okay, so spirit guides. Your spirit guides are going to be very much aware and awake around you. They're going to be very much more in communication with you than you felt for a long time. This is because there is so much going on energetically. There's so much going on in the truther community. This is things are really ramping up now. I've said before, I usually, wanting to keep things light, wanting to keep things, very, and it will be, but I do feel as if the dark hats are going to be ramping things up in a very big way, and they are pulling out everything they possibly can as it goes on, because the timeline ahead of us is of great success, is of things turning out amazing. That is the timeline we're on. More and more people are waking up, more and more people are getting kind of their truths, what they suspected, and they said, I want to see the proof. It's like, well, here you go, it's here. And they're trying to hide it as much as possible, but not able to. And so, the messages I'm getting are, expect to see kind of more dramatic things, distraction things. I've seen just on today, on when I put a new tab up on my computer, on my browser, you get all the headline news, and yeah, I could turn it off and have something else, but I like to see what they're saying. And there were 4. I'm going to talk about this on Tuesday when Greg and I have our Greg and I chat there, and obviously the global predictions, and that's always Tuesdays, every Tuesday, and that is on 1 a.m. UK, 3 a.m. UK, which is around 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, so that's, yeah, so we'll be talking about it in more detail there. But this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get more and more. So I saw 4 mind control things that I saw on MSN. Okay, and they had the worst possible picture they could have had of Trump, and underneath it was like, in the statement, in the headline, it had ludicrous, or it had deranged, or it had, I can't even remember the words, but this is a mind control thing. Okay, this is so you don't even have to know or want the headline. Okay, but you see this face of a person, and then you see that word, and it's word association, because he is winning by a landslide. And you may love him, you may not, you may hate him, you may have been watching mainstream media and believe what they are saying, but they have got a reason to hate him, because he is draining the swamp, and they are part of the swamp. So they are not going to be telling you the truth regarding that. So with all that, what I'm seeing is your guides know what's going on. Your guides will be communicating with you, will be getting you as much information as possible regarding, what they know. So keep your ears open, keep your mind open, and just see how things unfold, especially this week. Okay, I'm seeing a tricky relationship, and this feels as if we're not talking, we're not communicating. I don't want to talk to you. We can't communicate anymore because so there's a fallout. I'm seeing a fallout. I'm seeing misunderstandings. I'm seeing treading on eggshells. I'm seeing this all being very kind of dynamic, kind of, over blowing things out of proportion. I'm trying to say it. Yeah, blowing things out of proportion. And I don't know, it doesn't really matter whose fault is whose. It just feels like the energy of it feels like exactly what the deep state want. They want to see people arguing. They want to see people falling out. They want the loosh. They want the bad feeling. That's what they want. So they're creating a lot of it themselves as well. Because it could be you're thinking, well, why do I feel so annoyed with that person? I can usually take their silly quirkiness, or I can usually take all that, but at the moment I'm just not having the patience. Well, that is also what is going on. Sometimes it's like, stop, redial your frequency down to calm. Take a deep breath, breathe out the crap, and centered, and off you go again. And if you can get used to that, just doing that, I feel you'll be able to let go of a lot of shit, and it won't affect your relationships around you. Now, these relationships could be love life. It could be, for some people, it won't be love life. It will be a family member, or it will be a friend, or it will be a colleague at work, or somebody down at the supermarket, or whoever. Okay. But I'm sensing that I would normally talk to them, but I can't talk to them right now. Okay, but like I said, you can change that frequency. It is possible to do so. So if you find that you have changed that frequency, you will feel so much happiness, so much relief, so much love, okay, because your guides are saying, this is a test to see if you can overcome that vibrational energy. It's a frequency that they're trying to pour out, and it's pouring out through your TV, it's pouring out through your radio, it's pouring out through the adverts that you're seeing on the internet. Okay, and recognize it, understand it for what it is, and then dismiss it. Okay. I am seeing there is a lot of sarcasm, okay, coming in the middle of the week, and so there's this, from being annoyed or triggered in the beginning of the week comes the laughing it off, okay, the realizing what was going on, and the fact that you're balanced and happy again. Okay, you wouldn't get the sun card, okay, you wouldn't get that card, but yeah. And also we've got the balance card as well. We've got the Libra energy, the finding the right balance, the right frequency. So all is good by the middle of the week. By the end of the week, there's somebody from your past, okay, This person is turning up in your present day life, either physically, or it can be a mental memory. It can be something that you have remembered about that, and you're in need of doing a bit of clearance of that, or realizing that that was a nice time and I was happy then, and how do I get back to that happy place? Or it was, I was unhappy, thank goodness I'm at my happy place. So there's a lesson to be learned by this going back into the past thought pattern. You've got a lot of hopes and dreams in the now, and these are very important. They're important to you, and they're important to, you know, affirmations and, you know, projecting that out there. If there is anything that has been blocking you, and you realize that's blocking you because you might have bad feeling about that, bad feelings usually mean there is a trigger somewhere. And with those triggers, let's find a way past it. Let's find out where they are, pull it out by the root, and then dissolve it. You know, put in a happy memory, put in, you know, well, it was always good like that, you know. So it could be that there is, you know, something there that was a, you know, you was having a good time, say in work at that time, or you was having a good time with your friends at that time. So yeah, it's like I think the lesson that you know, Leos are going to be learning, and we're all going to be learning, is how to change and manipulate our own frequency, and not let it be manipulated. So this is because there are big things happening. This is all a learning curve for us. Okay, so that is what I see for Leos. So Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's see what's happening with you. I see a lot of hard work. It's like keeping busy, doing lots of things that end up with a feeling of gratitude and happiness, because you've achieved more than you thought. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of that. You know, it's reorganizing, it's sorting out, it is finishing projects, drawing a line under, you know, some issues that were bugging you. It's like, well, now they don't, that is done. So there's a, you know, it's like a really wonderful feeling of fulfillment. Okay, it's going to start the week for Sagittarius. So I do feel as if we're having to be quite open and honest and get things off our chest. And this is regarding new relationships or new people in our life that have come in. And it's about kind of, you know, admitting to ourselves how we're feeling or why we're feeling what we're feeling. This may seem as if it's being a bit harsh, a little bit too abrupt. And so just be careful with your wording. You know, you do need to get it off your chest, but there are ways that you can say things. It's like, instead of saying, oh my goodness, I don't like that person's energy, you can say, I'm not gelling with that person. We're not kind of getting along as well as I do with others. You know, you can find ways of saying what you're saying without being disruptive or creating more negativity and more upset. Because even if you are around somebody who's brash, somebody who is, you know, being deliberately annoying, you can still upset their energy, even though, because they sometimes can be tough on the outside, but they're a softy inside. And I know we need to learn lessons, and there could be something to be said about both sides of that. But I do feel as if it's important for us to bring as much light as possible this week, because the darkness is really coming in, and so we have to counteract it by not falling out with people if we possibly can, staying on that brighter energy. And that is working, because look, we've got the love card, we've got that happiness, that celebration. So for some of you Sagittarians, there's going to be a party, there's going to be a get together. This can be, you know, the universe saying, you've done it. I mean, let's celebrate, let's get together. We've got 2 3s here. Okay, 3s are always celebrations, but the 3 of Swords is the most sarcastic card in the deck, and it basically says, oh, just get on with it. Stop talking about you're going to do it, you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Just do it. The next thing that we need to hear from you is, I've done it. I feel good that I've done it. So if you've been saying, oh, I should be getting together with people, or I should be organizing, you know, a get together, or I should be doing, it's like saying, I have done it, I've booked it, I've made it happen. Okay, very, very important. So we've also got having to be hard on the outside, and that's not in an emotional way. That's in a, I can bear this. I can bear this energy. I've got strong shoulders. You can lean on me if you need me. And so there's a lot of that energy going on, okay, at that time. Now, I had to do a good kind of rethink in my life, and I was sat there realizing that I was overburdened by commitments that are not anybody else's fault but my own. And so with my commitments on trying to do the good thing for everybody, I've ended up with that. I'm smothered, and I haven't got any time for me, and I haven't got time for the people that need me on an urgent basis, and I can't do it. And so I had to rethink things, even though they weren't instant and didn't give me an instant kind of let up. I've made different choices for my future, and I've had to rethink the commitments, the regular commitments, and said I can no longer do this, but I can do that. And you know, so I feel as if that's what you're going to be doing, basically, Sagittarius. Even though this Sagittarius is my moon sign, so this makes sense to me as well. But I feel as if this is going to be you guys. You know, it's rethinking things, making sure that we allocate some time for us, for our mental health. Okay, but I do see a party though. And sometimes that celebration energy is important to relax and enjoy other people. Okay, so by the end of the week for Sagittarius, feeling a bit tormented by our emotions, tormented by, you know, choices that we're having to make. But I'm seeing that safety blankets. This is exactly, I hadn't turned over these cards yet. So this is exactly what I was explaining about. You know, these are commitments, other people trying to, you know, say, oh, you haven't done this for me. Why haven't you done that for me? You promised, you know, and it's all coming at you, and you're like tormented, and you don't want to reject anybody, but you feel as if you might be rejecting people. And it's like, what do I do about this? And this is like the safety blanket card. It's like putting a safety blanket around yourself and saying, hey, you're doing the best you can. You're doing what you can, you know, on a physical, mental, and emotional basis. Stop feeling as if you've got to be Wonder Woman, or stop feeling as if you've got to be Wonder Man, Superman, you know, just be. And so yeah, I feel as if there's going to be reorganizing of you, Sagittarius, and I feel that that is probably a message for everybody as well. Okay, so that's what I see for Sag. Okay, Aries. Okay, let's have a look, see what's going on for Aries. So this is the 4th, just to remind my guys, the 4th to the 10th of September is what's happening next week. Okay. So we are hearing things through the pipeline that we think, oh, I wish I hadn't heard that, or, you know, have I taken that the wrong way? Did they mean it like this or like that? You know, what's really happening? I'm also sensing that, you know, when you are sick and tired of gossip, secondhand information that sometimes is like Chinese whispers, other people are adding stuff onto it. So I feel that there is a real lesson that's going to be learned at this particular point, which is getting to the heart of the matter, going to the source and asking them outright, you know, did you say this, or what did you mean by this? Not to be argumentative, but to kind of cut out the middleman or the middlewoman, and balance things out. And I feel as if there's going to be a really good success energy with that. You know, we've got that. I feel so much better that I've done this, and that person was able to you know, clear the air, and it's going to be fine. Okay, so by the middle of the week, for Aries, they're showing me travel. Okay, and I know I get this a lot for Aries, so it sometimes the travel energy can be going for it, you know, not delaying things, just getting on, and, you know, positioning ourselves into the future. You know, that you know, this is the pathway. I'm positioning myself just right so that I'm going to get the best out of this situation, and I'm off and running, kind of thing. So, you know, you can see by this card, I'm off and running. You know, the Eight of Wands is always a go for it card. When it comes to, you know, if somebody was asking me, is my business going to be successful? Then the answer to that is yes. It's got the huge potential here, but this is the, I'm not talking about it, or there seems to be something that I need to, it's like, yeah, see, this is what's coming to me, is to do with advertising. Someone said advertising. And, you know, sometimes we are, if it's a new business, and they have this advertising. So, and this is what I had going on, and I wrote out a it's like all the different ways that you can advertise cheaply to start out your business, different ideas. And I'm running at the moment a professional readers class for people who want to go from reading for other people to then going professional. And Greg and I are starting up in 5D psychics. That's kind of what we're doing. So we're looking for talented individuals who have got something to offer. Now, the readings don't have to be, just like tarot cards or mediumship or anything else. It can be intuitive readings. It can be all sorts. So yeah, well, after that, but the reason why I'm saying this is the reason, it's on Fridays I'm doing these classes, but I channeled through some other ways that we can then use to our advantage. I had one when I had my shop, and it was a physical one. So it's like how to get physical people coming through the door to the shop to have a reading. So I did a lot of those, and so I've adapted that, and I channeled through some more. If anybody does want a copy of this, I'm glad to give it to you, because, for anybody who's got a business idea and it's like, well, where do I go from here? Because looking at these cards, that's what I see. Okay, we've got this Two of Swords. That means not talking. So that could mean not many people are talking about it, or there's no kind of like, verbal to it. But it's got good potential. Eight of Wands, good potential. And this one is a young energy. So it means it's a young business, or it's the start of something, or you've just kind of added on something to your already successful business and you're watching it start from like a baby. Okay, so that's the reason why I told you that long-winded story anyway, but that's what I see there. Okay, so we've got the paperwork, we've got filling out forms or documents, okay, around you, having to apply or having to set something in motion. I feel as if I'm having to be very precise. I'm having to be, you know, it's like a perfection energy. You know, don't forget anything. Make sure you put this in, or don't forget this. Kind of, you know, that's the kind of feeling I've got around this paperwork. This paperwork is a chance for you to break free, break out of the stuck feeling that you may be in a certain area of your life. Now, for some people, that might be to do with work. For others, it might be to do with a relationship. It might be a family situation. Who knows what it is? But because I'm reading for all Aries, it might be different for each person. I feel as if I'm shouting about it as well. I'm getting my message out there. I'm getting my message heard. You know, this is really good. Okay. So yeah, this is there's a lot of doing energy here. So it's going to be a busy time of getting things done, getting things motivated, lifting things from where they are to where you want them to be. So yeah, it's good stuff for Aries. There you go. That's what I said. Okay, Aquarius. Okay, so let's see, 4th through to the 10th of September 2023. If you're watching this and you're not an Aquarius, there will be messages in here just for you. Okay, so you know, don't worry if it's not your sign, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just going to concentrate now for this week. Go. Okay, so things holding you back, wondering why you're not getting further or doing what it is that you know that you want to do, or you know that is your pathway, is your you know, your career path, it is your life path. You know, this is what you're meant to do. You know, when you know it with every being in your body, with everything, okay, you know, but still there seems to be obstacles, still there seems to be a bit sluggish. What is going on? Now, I learned this lesson and I'll share it with you. Okay, so I was cosmic ordering a steady flow of readings coming in. Okay, that's what I was bringing to me, and it started working. It was really good. And then it slowed down. There was nothing, even though I was doing exactly the same thing, exactly the same energy. Okay, so what was it? I thought to myself, what was the difference? So the following week before that, everything was really, really busy. This last week, I mean, this is going back a few weeks ago, but this, and then I was thinking, right, what was happening? What was the difference? And the difference was I wasn't writing down in my diary the new booking, and I wasn't sending a message back to that person who had the booking, who'd made the booking, and straight away. I was waiting because I was busy with other things. I was waiting. I could have done it. I could have had time. But then I started, as soon as the booking came in, I then accepted the booking and I did my usual thing that I do. And I straight away did it. And as soon as I put it in there, I said, it happened again. And it happened again. And also, whenever I spent any money, like I wanted to maybe treat my family to a takeout, or you know, I wanted to give my girls something or whatever it was, I didn't go into panic at all. I thought, oh God, that, you know, I would have normally gone, oh, can I afford this? Can I do this? I would have gone, I just went, there'll be another booking coming in. and it will be for the amount that I've spent. It will be fine. And I just was in this centered zone, and honestly, by the 12 a.m. deadline came, it came in, and I couldn't be more happy and more blessed. Okay, so yeah, sometimes it's about accepting the abundance and being grateful for that before you then ask for more. I think that's the message. So I'm saying this to you guys, and this is for everybody as well. See what happens. Does that make sense? Because I feel affirmations ride on the energy of gratitude. And when we feel grateful for the small things in life, it can flow through with the other things as well, the good things, the big things. And so, yeah, so I feel the cards that I'm looking at here really do reflect that for me, okay, and triggered me to say that to you guys. So there is more plans for the future. So you've got the Four of Wands, which is, and what am I going to do next? And where are we going now? Okay, so this is the deal with it. Don't say I've done it, just do it. Okay, so it's about not leaving it, and it's basically getting it done now, not waiting. And I feel that energy is quite raw and ready. Okay, and I'm seeing you doing this. Okay, I'm picturing you doing this, and I'm picturing everybody getting more and more abundance. Okay, that's what I'm picturing. Okay, so by the middle of the week, there is somebody got a bit of OCD. Now, I don't know if this is an actual disorder of OCD or whether it is somebody who just wants everything done their way, and they can be very touchy if you don't. I'm seeing this person causing disruption in other people's lives because of their kind of very set behavior patterns. And I'm feeling as if there's going to be voices raised or annoyance energy. I'm seeing this, but I'm also seeing, this can get way out of hand, which is not going to be pleasant for anybody and doesn't need to happen. So I'm just going to tune in a minute. I'll just have a quick drink. So what I'm seeing is there has to be a compromise somewhere along the line, and and just stand back and say, is this truly worth falling out over? Do I care enough for it to actually blow out of proportion? Do I have to be right all the time? Or do I always have to have it my way? Could I allow somebody to have it their way and sit back, and it will probably end up going back to the way that you had it because your way worked better. So sometimes we have to allow other people their moment. Okay, and I feel as if there's going to be one of those kind of lesson plans that's going to be happening either with your own life, or you'll watch that lesson unfold. Okay, so I'm seeing study, education, or learning new skills, around you. I'm seeing a need for boundaries and to reassess the boundaries that you already have in place whilst making some new ones. So sometimes when other people overstep our boundaries, we start to feel anxious, we start to feel agitated. It's like, why do they not know that this is not good for me? Why do they not know that I'm not, I've never liked that? Okay. So I feel that sometimes people are so busy with their own lives, they're so busy with getting on with their own stress and things. It doesn't hurt to reiterate and to remind people that, oh, by the way, is it okay if we don't do it that way, we do it this way? Would that be all right with you? It's just, I feel a bit funny when that happens. So it's all to do with the tone, and it's all to do with kind of just assessing what person you're communicating with. So for some people, that would work perfectly. For other people, probably a joke or a bit of sarcasm or something like that works. So assess your situation, but it does feel as if we are kind of renewing boundaries. Everything seems to be a bit upside down, a bit different. And so when things are different, the boundaries need to be reassessed, and that's why you're doing it. But the study, the learning, the development feels really, really good. And I feel very, very drawn to learning more around you, Aquarius. Your mind is ready. It's ripe and ready, your mind. Take that how you want, but it is. Okay, so that's what I see for Aquarius. Okay, so Gemini. I must say I am liking the fact that they've added a pause button in these videos. Usually you have to do the video and you on StreamYard and you have to record right through. There was no pause. So now it is a lot easier because I can pause, I can have a little drink, I can, yeah, it's good. It's all good. Geminis. Let's have a look and see what's going on with Geminis. 4th to the 10th of September. Or whoever is watching this, there will be a message for you as well. Okay, so we still have Libra to do after this, and then we have the water signs. We're to be doing Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Okay, so I'm feeling a young and immaturity energy around you at the beginning of the week. It's somebody who's kind of throwing their toys at their pram. They're not getting what it is that they want or what it is that they are demanding. And this demand energy is kind of not playing well with other people's energies. I'm hearing those words and I'm feeling as if other people are shutting off and not giving them what they want. Now I don't know if this what part you're playing. I don't know what part you're playing. All I'm hearing is this back and forth energy that isn't doing well. Okay, it's not doing well. I'm seeing a lot of spiritual energy around, and this to me is like the universe saying, hey, have you tried going at this from a different angle? You know, you're not getting the reaction you want, so maybe instead of playing games, maybe you could say it how it is, you know, just be open and honest and get your point across that way. Okay, because it really does feel as if, you know, it's, yeah, it you know, when something irritates people, that's what I'm seeing. Just bear with me a minute. I always forget something. Yeah, so just yeah, I feel as if it's you may be giving this advice to somebody. You see, you may be giving this advice, or you know, maybe you've been trying to get through to somebody and they don't want to listen to you. So yeah, I feel as if that can all be resolved very quickly. Communication is quite intense. Okay, this week it's quite intense. I can see somebody nagging as well, and maybe this is what another word for throwing toys at prams, I suppose. Okay, there's a spiritual lesson that needs to be learnt on all sides of this situation. Okay, so even if you're the one that is trying to be the wise one, there's still a lesson in there for you. Okay, so by the middle of the week, I'm seeing something really fun transpiring, and I'm getting organized. It feels as if I'm getting organized to go on holiday. I'm getting organized. I've got my bag packed. I've got things ready. Okay. I've got, I've got to get this together and this together. So it's all about kind of organizing yourself. And I'm feeling sunshine. And so that's what makes me think it's a holiday. Unless you're, of course, going to Antarctica, then it's not. So yeah, there's no sunshine there. Yeah, so I feel that you are kind of learning where you're going as well. So I feel doing some researching, looking into things. Now, if it isn't you necessarily going on holiday, this could be or vacation, I should say, for you guys in America. So this could be, stepping onto new ground, going somewhere you haven't been before. Now, this might be just a trip rather than it being a vacation or holiday. So this could be, just needing to go somewhere, and I'm feeling as if I've never been here before and I'm nervous, about it. There seems to be somebody around who's got, they're being a bit defensive at this time. This defensive energy, they're really needing to kind of wind their neck in a little bit and just to answer questions and stop getting kind of so triggered by everything that is being said. If there is something that's being said that they maybe need to get in touch with themselves and find out, why am I reacting like this? What is it that is going wrong? Sometimes this can reveal that somebody is holding secrets. Those secrets may be a defense mechanism for themselves. It could be that they're hiding something for someone else. Whatever the reason is, there's obviously an issue there. There's an issue. I'm seeing training courses as well, learning as you go. So this could be linking with a job, learning something within a job. Yeah, they're showing kind of enhancing your skills is the wording that I need to be using, enhancing your skills. So this is skills you already have and you're just making those better and fine-tuning them. Okay. So I feel a very dominant energy around Geminis at the end of the week. This domineering person is trying to make you plan something or make you fill out a document or a form. You're looking at this form and thinking, what do they need that for? What do they need this information for? I'm not happy with putting that down. It's nothing to do with them. So, be aware of them overstepping the mark a little bit. Them meaning government energies, bosses, people that, what are they going to do with your information? So you're just kind of becoming a bit aware. You see, we sometimes are too compliant because we don't want to cause a fuss, or because we feel that what's the point of they'll find it out anyway. So I just feel as if we're just all being more and more vigilant and aware, and there's going to be something that is going to trigger that, Geminis, at the end of next week. Okay, so there you go, Geminis. I hope that was good for you. I feel as if it's quite a good week for you. Okay, so this is now for Libra. I have Libra rising. My wonderful husband is triple Libra. So yeah, this is for us and for any other Libras out there. And also, if you're watching this and it's not your sign, then there'll be a message in here for you. Okay, so listen out for that. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in now. So this is the 4th through to the 10th of September. Okay, so a little bit of overwhelming kind of feeling is I'm seeing at the beginning of this next week. I'm feeling a bit kind of like it's like whichever way I turn, there seems to be something I've got to sort out. Oh, and I forgot to do that. Oh, and I've got to do this. And, if bats and maybes here. There seems to be some travel plans, travel arrangements. Okay, which is quite funny because Greg is going on a journey. So there you go. So yeah, but I can't get away from the Eight of Wands being the journey card. Okay. And there's the stress that comes with sometimes trying to get organized to go on that vacation, on that trip, that sometimes, it's only when we're actually sat on that plane or, at the destination that, you're going to spend that lovely time at. It's only then that we can switch off and say, if I've forgotten something, then there's nothing I can do about it because this is it. So sometimes we just need to kind of, get all the stress, do your best to get as organized as possible. But I can see a bit of stress because we haven't quite got that organized. We haven't quite got this, or we forgot about that. So there's a little bit of that energy I'm seeing. Okay. So laughing things off and not taking it seriously by the middle of the week, it's like saying, oh, well, can't do anything about it. Let it be. Whatever it's going to be, let it be. There's a strong sense of, it's like rerouting or talking about moving, talking about, or somebody around you talking about moving. It's like I'm hearing words I don't want to hear, or, perhaps I heard it wrong, but this is what I feel that is going to be happening. I'm seeing somebody who is kind of being a bit too flippant or a bit too, they're not taking things seriously. They're not dealing with what it is that they could possibly be dealing with. It's like they need to kind of concentrate, I feel, and listen from other people's points of view before they kind of make big statements, because these big statements are affecting other people. So if you've got any big statements to make, then this may be a bit of a heads up warning to say, just make sure that other people, other people are, be sensitive to other people's needs. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And if someone else isn't being sensitive to your needs, then maybe it's time for you to say, hey, do you realize how that came across? I'm sure you didn't mean it like that, but that's the way I'm taking it at the moment, and allow them to maybe smooth things over, okay, or educate you on what it is that they actually did mean. There's a lot of gossip energy, a lot of people trying to tell you what to do, a lot of people trying to give you information. This information is like, well, that's news to me. I didn't know that. Or, did I hear that right? That type of feeling. Okay. But by the end of the week, we do have the sunshine. We have the brightness, we have the lovely energy. We've got partnerships, connectiveness. I don't know if I lost that then, but the internet just went a bit there. So just in case, I'll just re-say what I was saying. So yeah, by the end of the week, there is sunshine, happiness. There is a feeling of energy, a boost of energy. I'm seeing strong partnerships. I'm seeing get-togethers. I'm seeing reuniting with people that you are, there's a lot of love energy, there's a lot of appreciation energy. I'm seeing the balance, the temperance is getting the balance back, getting what it is that may have drifted, getting it back in order and back into alignment. Okay. And this feels good. This feels as if, whatever has been going on at the beginning of the week, in the middle of the week, it's like all of that dissipates, and what's left is the joy, the happiness and the joy. So There you go. That's what I see for Libras. I kind of like that reading as well. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so this is for Scorpios, and this is the 4th to the 10th of September 2023. Okay, so this is my beautiful youngest daughter. This is Rhiannon, Ria, and this is the 4th through to the 10th of September. So, all the other Scorpios out there, here you go. So dealing with it, very sarcastic energy around this. Always the Three of Swords is the most sarcastic card. It just means get to the heart of the matter, do it, get on with it, don't talk about doing it, do it. I can see weeding out of anything that you don't want in your life. Any complications that you've been tippy toeing around is definitely going to be out and done. I'm seeing this being so much easier than you've done before. You have shied away from it before. You've kind of it's been hurtful before, but this time round it's like, you know, I can deal with this. I can deal with this. So this could be, like I said, it could be people, it could be objects, it could be you know, an attitude or something that is going to be changed for the better. You know, sometimes we are frightened of other people's judgment, of other people not being happy with us, or other people feeling, you know, as if they've got to side with one or the other if there has been a clear out. But this time round, I'm seeing that it's not as bad this time. Okay, I feel as if I'm isolating myself a bit more, you know, drawing back from this drama. I feel as if this, you know, this is a potential drama there, and you don't want it, you don't need it. And so you could be on the outside of this fallout, you know, not really involved as such, you know, but you'll kind of witness it from a different angle. Whereas, you know, the last time you might have been in the thick of it, in the middle of it. This time is on the side of it, looking in. Either way, it's a lesson that you think, I've already learned this, why am I here again? But this could be because it's another perspective. But you're feeling so much easier, so much better. Now this has now come to a head, or has been sorted out, and the separation has begun. So if it is a person, then obviously, you know, that takes time to balance out emotionally inside you. But if it's certain things or certain organization that you are clearing out, you know, emotionally we can deal with that so much better. I'm seeing a party, a celebration, okay, or talk of a party or celebration. You've got the Six of Wands there. I'm also seeing some legal or official documents that are needing to be put into place and organised and sorted. I'm seeing kind of form, like a document form. So it's like you're applying for something quite big, or it's going to take time for you to put this application in. I'm sensing there being kind of a character or a person who is trying to do things. They're trying to do things in a backhanded way, and I don't like their energy. I feel as if this kind of person is disruptive, and yeah, you're just not sure about them at all. But yeah, I'm sensing that there is it's like moving away from kind of toxic people, toxic energy. And you know, if we have to do that and make it that is done officially, then so be it. We sometimes have to do that. Okay, so I'm seeing a celebration of love, celebration of emotions. I'm feeling kind of everything is is in my heart, is excited for what it is that I'm doing. So this could be planning of a social event, or planning of the happiness. We've got the Three of Cups, which is a celebration of love, but we've also got around it the rejection card. Okay, so this could be somebody who is feeling rejected, or someone who is rejecting. I'm also sensing it's like promises that have been made that have been broken, having to break somebody's promise, having to, it's like deal with somebody who feels as if they've been hard done by, or something has not been fair. Okay, there's that kind of feeling I'm seeing around you. So yeah, I feel as if it's kind of a tricky one emotionally this week for Scorpios, but I do see a couple of celebrations in there, and the rising of I've got to break free energy. I don't want to be judged for it, but I've got to break free. And we do have the potential of a bad person around, or bad people around, and having to think of things in an official way, or dealing with it in an official mindset kind of way. But just it's like I need to get off my chest the things that are burdening me, and I'm seeing that is what's going to be happening, Scorpios, this week. And it's down to your determination, okay, of doing that. So there you go. That's what I see for Scorpios. Okay, so this is Pisces. Pisces. So this is me and my mum. We're both Pisces. And any other Pisces out there? Let's have a look and see what is happening for you around you, the 4th to the 10th of September, 2023. Changes. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which is about things moving on, things changing. I'm seeing that there is, it's like somebody around you who is, I feel as if they've got a sharp tongue. They like to have their say. They like to be very vocal about what it is that they're feeling. I'm sensing that somebody is not listening, because I'm seeing them put their hands over their ears and they're not listening. They don't want to listen. But things are changing. So I'm sensing that there may be some more listening than there was before, more opening up. We've got the Wheel of Fortune means that things are moving forward in other directions, in our lives, in the universe, in what's happening globally. And I'm sensing the sharp tongue, or the blunt wording, they're not listening to. Nobody's listening to that. Nobody wants to listen to it. So I feel as if there is a lesson being learned about how we communicate, or how we get things across, and what works and what doesn't work. Okay, so to do with partnerships, okay. Now, for some of Pisces, that'll be partnerships to do with family, friends. Okay, for others, it will be love life. It will be, our partner. Okay, it can be a business partner for some people. What I'm seeing around this is a big celebration, a big achievement. We've got the World card with it, with the partnership. So when you get the World card, that means there's a very good outcome. It means that everything is working out far better than you could have dreamed of. It's like a feeling of I'm unbelievable. This is great. I'm feeling so energized, and we got huge potential. So if this was a family friend, then I would say that communication lines are definitely back on. that everybody knows where they stand. Everybody has everything what they need. Everybody is balanced out and knows what the score is, knows what's happening. I'm seeing some travel plans. I'm seeing some arranging to go away, arranging for little short breaks or big breaks, but I'm seeing that. Also, I feel as though life is definitely getting me motivated to change things for the better. Seeing the fact that I can achieve so much more than I thought I could, and all it is believing in myself and having that deep kind of energy within that says I can move mountains if I want to. All I needed was to know the know-how. All I needed was to learn these lessons, and now these lessons are learned, I can put that into play with work, family, home, hobbies, things that you're energetically wanting to build up. And so, yeah, you've got the World card, so things going very, very well for you, Pisces. If it is to do with love life, then I would say that both of you are understanding each other, that both of you can respect where each other is coming from. I feel as if there's a plan of action for the future, meaning that we need to be working on this as well as that. This is going really well and is much better, but we also need to work on this. We also need to do that, and we do need time out. We need a break, we need a holiday, or we need a date, or we need a meeting. So that it depends on what your partnership energy is. Okay, but so by the end of the week, there's going to be an end to something that has been battling. So this can be the end of something that is negative. Like something that is a war zone, and I'm seeing the end of the battles, and I'm seeing the happiness for the future. I'm seeing where we're going now. I'm seeing hope. It's like we can move that into the past tense. Okay, so it's like things that were bad at one point are now good. Okay, the opposite is now in play in a very, very good way. I'm seeing links with overseas. I'm seeing communication with overseas. I'm seeing research, and I'm definitely seeing the end game. Okay, the end of this way, the beginning of that. Okay, so I can't help but when I'm looking at this, feel as if it's a global message. It's like a global change that is happening. So very uplifting, and exactly what I wanted to hear. Okay, so yeah, good stuff going on, Pisces. Very good stuff, and we should all be very pleased with that. So anyway, that is Pisces. And hi, Mama, I love you. You're all watching. So this is Cancerians now. This is my eldest. This is my Meggie. Okay, so for other Cancerians out there, or anyone who's watching this, there will be a message in here for you. Okay, there's a deliberate message that comes in. Okay, so Cancerians, I'm just going to tune in now. 4th to the 10th of September. That's the one. Okay, so a little bit of kind of, I'm bored, I could do with something exciting to get my teeth into. Whatever I have been doing has been kind of not fulfilling me. So it's like, well, what do I do? So it's not if you haven't got a list of jobs, okay, because you have. But that's things that you have to do, not things that you want to do. So I feel like I want a new project. I want a new hobby. or I want to be able to finish something I started and have more time and energy to do it, or to have the tools so that I could get it done. I do feel as if there is a plan, because I'm seeing taking charge of this, getting organized for it, sorting out this and this that then is going to end up with this. So yeah, I'm sensing very it's like focused. I'm focused on my wishes, and that's the beginning of the week. There's a new energy that started up within you, and you're fired up about it for sure. Okay, so I'm seeing you training or learning new skills, learning something that is going to be helping you to do with your projects, helping you to do with your hobbies, or this project. So yeah, it's like I'm researching on how do I do this? What do I need for this? Okay, so I'm seeing that's separate. I'm also seeing a meeting, an important meeting, because I've got doctor, solicitor, bank manager, estate agent. If you have a look at the card, the Four of Pentacles, it looks like a doctor is sitting there. Okay, so this could be to do with a doctor, or it can be somebody who knows what they're talking about, or should know what they're talking about. Let's go there. And I'm feeling a little bit resentment. I'm getting the word resentment. I'm getting the word, you know, when you try asking a question, which is a question that you should be asking, and I've got this feeling of them being, trying to push that question off, trying not to answer it, trying to shy away from it. It just feels as if it's like, well, what's the point of, this meeting if you're not going to answer our questions? If you're not going to understand where we're coming from and what's happening. So I'm hearing this kind of meeting, and I feel as if, yes, it's going forward, but it's still not answering the questions. And it's not because they haven't got the answers, or put it this way, they should have the answers. And if they haven't, they're not doing their job properly. Okay, so there seems to be a little bit of they're just being kind of a bit hidden. Okay, so I'm sensing as well some papers. I'm also seeing this to be around education, learning, development. I feel as if there is a signature needed to something, and I'm seeing it's like on top of whatever education is going on, there seems to be, this is in addition to, this is extra, this is something else. And I'm sensing this something else. I need to make sure that I know what I'm signing for, or why I'm doing what I'm doing. There is strong energy regarding working. It's like I'm working hard. I'm, every day there seems to be something else I've got to do on top of everything I'm already doing, and it's a bit overwhelming, and I don't know okay, so for somebody, they don't know their schedule, they don't know what is happening. Okay, they can't make plans because of this and this. So it does feel as if we've got a lot of pressure on Cancerians, but I can see a breakthrough. I feel as if this next week is going to be a little bit trickier to handle, maneuver around, but I do feel I just need to go on a little bit to the following week. Okay, so the following week we've got more of a laid back feeling. We've got more of it's like, well, that was that, and here we go now. So I've got this motherhood energy, I've got this nurturing energy, I've got this moving on onto new ground. Okay, and then by the end of next week, celebration. So now that is directly due with what we're picking up now. Okay, so obviously when I do the reading next week for the Cancerians, we may be talking about other things. So But this will be resolved, I feel, by next week, or you'll at least know where you stand or what's happening. But something seems quite pending. Just what I mean, we can't find out until, or we don't know yet. But you know, when you think they do know, they do know. But they're just not implementing it. Yeah. So there you go, guys. That was the astrology for you guys. You know, if you wanted a reading with me, you're welcome to come on over to psychicalley.net. Okay, psychicalley.net. And my charity that I really have a lot of love for is all here. It might be there, I don't know. It's on the bottom, and it says, it's underneath my name there, and it says ourrescue.org, and that is Tim Ballard. Okay, that is Operation Underground Railroad, and that is to do with the trafficking, that is to do with you know, human slavery basically, and eliminating that and rescuing the people that are connected to that. It has grown by 500%, and it has to stop. So did you know that there is more slavery nowadays than there ever has been when it was legalized? So yeah, that is a sad occurrence. There is lots of things that are going on in this world that I feel very strongly about, and I know that it's not things that other people want to hear. I do realize that, but if we don't talk about it, it means that they're getting away with it, because other people, it's like, oh, it's too difficult to talk about, it's too difficult to talk about. Well, what happens to those people who are in it? You know, they don't have choice. So I will talk about it, and I will kind of get out there and say, you know, if anybody does have any spare cash or anything, you know, even if it's £1 or $1, go over to there. I don't know if there is a limit. Somebody said to me there was a limit, because I did do a reading day, and somebody said there was a limit to it. So if there is a limit, you can make a payment to psychicalley.net, and then if you say there's a note that, and you just put a note in there saying this is for Operation Underground Railroad, and then what I will do is as soon as there is the limit, and I'll send it off to them. Okay, so yeah, so have a wonderful week, and you know, just bear with us. We're on Tuesday, Greg and I will be live. We won't be doing the Thursdays anymore. Okay, so Greg might come on Thursdays, but he is going on holiday for a bit. So yeah, so what we're going to be doing, so it's definitely Tuesday, we're going to be doing kind of Greg and Ali live. Okay, we're going to be doing that during that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 a.m. In the UK, and we'll be doing some global predictions. So if you've got any questions that you want to kind of ask us about what's going on in the world, kind of world news, then you can ask us, and Greg and I will be picking cards for you to answer that question, and going with what our guides are telling us, and our you know, the higher self and everything. And then we'll go over to Rumble, and that's where we'll be uncensored, asking other questions that we couldn't cover, or we couldn't verbally cover properly, because you know, we're all restricted, aren't we, on what we can talk about on YouTube. So there is no free speech, so we can then go over to Rumble and speak openly on there. Okay, so so that will be 3 a.m. UK, which will be, I've got to work this all out, so it'll be 10 p.m. Eastern, okay, on Rumble. Okay, so 2 shows on Tuesday, one is on YouTube, one is on Rumble. Okay, and yes, so if you come over to us on YouTube at that time, there is usually a link there that goes straight to Rumble. You don't have to have a channel, a Rumble channel, in order to watch it. Okay, but if you want to make a comment and join in, then you kind of need a channel. You know, it's so easy to set up. Honestly, it's really, really simple to set up. Okay, so yeah, lots and lots of love to you guys, and thank you for watching. And I'm hoping you like this new layout. Not saying it's going to be every week, but yeah, sometimes this is how it's going to be. Anyway, bye.